Go ahead, Jeff. There you go.
You got me? You guys got me, Brad?
Yep.
Brad, I'm actually at your favorite spot, Hinkle Field House right now. I just wanted to ask you, I know there's been a ton of speculation here about Indiana. And are you considering the Indiana University job right now, or kind of where does that stand?
I said it the other day. I'm not, and I tried to say it as clearly as I could, and also make sure that people understand that that place to me is special, because I don't want to make it sound like it's not. But, like I said the other day, I'm so grateful to this organization and to the people here and for all that they've done for us. I've got unbelievable leadership in Danny and Wick and Pags and what they've done for us and the way that we've been supported. We're going through a tough season. I think that it's not my job to not go through it. It's not my job to not make sure that I'm doing everything I can to be to help find a better version of ourselves this year. And I love coming to work every day. I love this area. People have been great to us. My family's so happy. And at the same time, home is home. And that's why I wanted to make sure everybody understood that means a lot. And, but no, just like I said on Tuesday, I'm not. And so I don't know if we'll have to answer that again on Monday, but, I hope that people understand that and people can hopefully appreciate that it still means a lot to me. And it's still, I hope they hire whoever they hire, and I hope they're there for 20 years and kids feel like I did. But I'm not a kid anymore. I'm a 44-year-old masshole. I swerve around others when I'm driving. I eat Dunkin Donuts and I root for the Patriots. I'm unfortunately been skewed in a lot of ways, I guess.
John Corrales.
Sorry, I'm just tweeting that quote out.
And make sure you attribute that one to me, like the Plato one the other day, John.
Yeah. I got to make sure I get these right. Brad, earlier Marcus talked about just guys having problems off the court, and obviously not asking you to reveal problems that guys are having, but how difficult, we talk about the difficulties of the season and all of that stuff, but when guys are going through personal things, how much is that magnified considering the situation?
I don't think anybody's going to complain about the fact that we have an opportunity to work and to try to put our best foot forward as a team. This is a unique season that's been well documented. Every season, every one of our guys are human beings and they have lives off the court. And as with our staff and everyone else. And, we need to be cognizant of that at all times. And we need to do all that we can to support them. And I think we try. And, at the same time, the back and forth of winning and losing, doesn't make it any easier, right? Especially when you have expectations as a team to play better. And we're not, I've said this from the get-go, we have a chance to play better than we have, but we're not a perfect team. And what I want to do is find that version of us that, can play great together, that can make sure that we leave it on the court on every possession, and that we become the best version of ourselves. And I think that's where it becomes fulfilling. That's where you become part of a team. That's when it becomes bigger than you. And those problems still exist off the court, right? But then this becomes just even more of a sanctuary for you. And that's what you hope that you can become. And it's really hard when you're going game to game, you're winning some, you're losing some. But it's one of the reasons why I said earlier, like I love Wick and Danny and our whole, leadership team and Pags, because they're not riding that roller coaster. They haven't. they understand that this is really challenging. And, you know, I appreciate that about them.
Brian, Rob.
Hey, Brad, just going back to, you know, supporting the players during the season with to what Marcus' comments was, just how tough is that now, especially in this year where you guys just have such limited interaction because of the, you know, obviously the pandemic roles. How tougher is it with just that, you know, whole situation, do you feel like?
Yeah, I think as time goes on and you saw some of the new vaccine protocols and those type of things, and who knows, you know, obviously in Massachusetts, we're not eligible for that till later on down the road. But I think you know, I think that'll be a benefit to, you know, to do more together, to even eat team meals, right? Rent out a restaurant, go spend time together. Right now it's all on the court. And I think that was one of the things about the bubble that I think was actually good, right? Like we had 3 hours on the practice court together, but then we had a meal room that was right behind one of the courts. And, you know, you could just spend time together. Now, there were other disadvantages of that experience. But it's one of the things that hopefully we get to a point where, you know, next year we're able to be a little bit more normal. But yeah, it's challenging, but everybody's dealing with that. And we still get a chance to compete every night, still get a chance to hoop, you know, that's pretty good life.
Jared Weiss.
Now that we're approaching 2/3 of the way through the season, do you see players kind of growing more comfortable in their roles and able to take on more complexity? And do you feel like the overall team, especially on offense, can handle kind of the next stage of developing a level of complexity with the offense?
I don't even know what you're really asking there, Jared, other than as far as the complexity of the offense stuff. I think that obviously there are things that you add as the season goes on, and there's things that we haven't added because we haven't had our guys all together, you know. And, you know, I usually don't talk about starting lineups, but this is the first time we're going to start those 4 guys together other than the San Antonio and LA game all year. So I think that there's, you know, as far as roles and all that, you know, I think we are fairly well defined, but I still think there's room for movement, right? We're not good enough to be completely well defined. If we do the exact same thing every day and we're 20-20, it's not good enough. We got to find some solutions. I'm curious to see how that group can play and start the game. And I'm hopeful that we can find a consistent group off the bench that can be the best version of themselves, and be aggressive and, you know, make us better.
All right, we'll wrap it up right there. Thanks, Coach.